I might tell them £8. Someone else will tell them $7.80. But the person will tell them, I'll bring it for you on Monday. Yeah. You're buying £8 today, it's 20p more, but you're getting it today, innit? As I said, we merged with the retail, so that's the retail side. So I'm enjoying Tom Tom. Just the wholesale side. So what we do here is the same concept as before, but we work together. Those are my machines. I bring my babies with me.
Okay, Uncle Ish. So what was your biggest inspiration getting into this business?
What was my biggest inspiration? That's a good question, you know. To be honest with you, yeah, I saw people doing it, but I felt like maybe I could bring a difference to it. So even though I was inspired by them, I saw like something I could do. Like I've done some of the things that I thought I could do, but then there's just, what I've learned about business is some things you can't do without the actual government.
Yeah.
Like there's certain rules I can't go over. There's certain things in place where you can't do certain things. I might want to load 5 containers in 1 week. It's not possible. The country doesn't facilitate for such. The country facilitates for, yeah, you can load 5, but you're not going to get it out of the country because there's a process behind it. So I think the inspiration for me was the people in it and knowing that I was probably the youth in it.
Yeah.
I was the youth. So, you know, when you're young in something, you feel like, cool, I'm the youngest one here. I'm the truth in it because I'm grinding with the elders. Yeah. I'm doing what the elders are doing. So that's probably something I saw. I saw that in the whole business, you know.
So
and
basically you wanted to change the game.
Yeah. I think I've done a bit of that. They know my name. They know my name. It's been a lot of work. It's been 10 years. 10 years of grafting, bruv.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your constant motivation when you wake up?
Our family, man.
Family.
Yeah, my family being a source of inspiration to my kids. My wife, my missus already a go-getter. Do you understand? She's got that from her pops. Yeah. So it's just basically my family. That's what inspires me and what I'm able to achieve if I keep on going.
Yeah.
That knowing
so
that
potential.
Okay, I started from here, and if you keep on going, you're gonna have bare chips, man. Gonna chip up and clean up the tin, and you understand. But the key to progress is when you trip, sit down and like pay attention to the wound. A lot of people, they trip and they feel like I'm just gonna keep on going. No, stop and okay, this wound is bad. Let me see this wound. Let me try and fix up the wound before you go again. So that's it, man. That's my inspiration. Just persistence, bruv.
What's the biggest risk you've taken since you started this business?
Starting this business.
The biggest risk.
My biggest risk is starting this business. Because when you look at it now, yeah, when you start business initially without your money, it's different to when you're doing business with your own money. All right? So I started business working alongside my aunties who are bringing it in. So they're the ones doing all the spending, all the planning, all the plotting, all the arranging. Then I start spending and I'm like, what the? I'm still doing with others, but I'm like, bro, this is different, bruv. Like, you're in it. You're in it. You've got like, for instance, you've got 1 bag of beans here, yeah? 1 bag of beans here is, let's say, £38. There's 50 on this pallet. Just hair alone, under here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 pallets. 24 times 50 is money sitting there. I wish it was someone else's money. I'm telling you. Do you understand? So that's probably been the biggest thing, man. When you start something, it's honky-dory, innit? But when other people are spending their own, you think cool. But when you start spending your money, you start thinking different in life. It's a completely different thinking I have now. I don't see it as I used to.
So how do you see this business scaling over the horizon?
I think that there has to be more togetherness. I think there's a lot of separation at the moment because everyone brings, let's say there's only 1,000 shops, for instance, to sell to. There's not going to be 1,001. So the only way for us to make more money is if the people bring in, get together and say, okay, look, we're going to sell for this particular price. Or we're going to sell within this range and this range. and we're gonna sell it onto those people. I think that's where it's scalable. It's scalable with more organization, but as it is, a lot of people just do their own thing. You can know as much people as you can buy from as much people as you can, but most people just still do their own thing.
Okay. So how do you feel your business affects the community?
Affects the community?
Yeah.
What do you mean, good way?
Yeah.
I feel like, obviously, when you run a service, you create a demand. I think it affects the community in a positive way. I feel like some people look at it like, they might not want to do what I do, but they look at what I do as a motivation and an inspiration for them to do what they want to go and do.
Yeah.
Like, they look at it like, oh, look, that young guy is online, he's doing work. And as I've said, I haven't seen a lot of people doing what I do. Do you understand? So that kind of makes me feel like, okay, cool. This must be hard.
Yeah.
Because there should be a lot more people like me doing it. But I feel like people look at it from the outside and feel like it's a long process. It is a long process, but it's a process that when you finally get to achieve what you want, you got, like you've seen, you've got some great times and you got some times where it's like not so great. And it's like, okay, you know what? You just got to balance it out, man.
So you as an individual, you feel like that's how you affect the community?
Yeah, I think I give the next generation motivation and the people around me, and I try to break down the barriers of understanding, like some of the ways some people I know think about the business, even though they've been in it before me. When I sit with them and I speak to them, they start seeing it like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I get what you're saying now. I get what you mean by, oh, let's work together and let's set the price. Because for instance, we got this, and then someone else will come in and sell it for cheaper. Yeah. So until that person finishes selling, you wouldn't sell. So why don't we just set a price where everyone's gonna sell, but
control the market.
It's still a bit of a problem getting there, man. We still got a bit of a problem in that department, bruv.
So there's a rise of black entrepreneurs. You know, that trend of black entrepreneurship is slowly increasing. Yeah. So how are you gonna be part of that pattern? Or
in wholesale?
In general, because I see you not as just a wholesaler. I see you as a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah, like for me, I've got other things, like maybe I don't mention these things. I feel like some people feel like, oh, wow, let me mention everything. Like I said, let me mention what I do. I'm not that kind of person. I feel like it's better to mention what you can see. You understand? There's only so much I want to show people. You understand? But I feel like, there's certain aspects that I'm involved in, and there's certain people I work with as well that, you understand, that helps me. You understand? Because I know the world is changing. I know that there's a lot of applications coming through that, makes life easy and stuff. Like I was telling you about the whole Amazon and stuff and getting it, and, we're speaking about working with certain other things. And I feel like as an entrepreneur coming up with the new ones, I really respect them, and I really I'm inspired by everyone I see. Because I know how hard business can be. So anyone I see doing business, even not even be business, anyone I see investing in themselves, I'm proud of them. Because I know it's very important to kick yourself out of bed every morning to go and continue something that is unknown.
Seriously.
You understand? So I'm very proud of anyone that's doing business, and good luck to them, man. Not just black, white, Asian, purple, child, anything, any color you are, any ethnicity. Proud of you, man, because it's not easy, man. And the economy is getting harder. I remember certain things I used to pay £5 for. Now I'm looking at the till, that thing is £9 something. But the wages are not different from when it was £5. When it was £5, the wages were 1.2. When it's £9, the wages are 1.4. But it's gone up by so much, but then the money is not. So people are going through it, man. But so we got to have more ideas just to help ourselves. Okay.
So what major flaws in your career did you have to address in order to be successful?
Myself. I had to better myself. Your biggest investment is yourself. I had to better myself. I had to work on myself. I had to change my attitude towards things. I had to acquire what was needed for the situation. I had to acquire what was needed for the business. You understand? And I feel like that's your biggest investment. If you invest in yourself inward, in private, you would notice it outward. People would notice these things. People would see these things. People would understand these things. So that's been the biggest one for me. Sorry, I'm walking. I need to walk. I'm trying to get numbers on my Apple Watch.
So what was your initial career path if you had one?
I used to do events management and some other investments, but that was about it. And then I just saw the market was not going the way it was meant to go. I believe in something that can give you something every day. If you're spending money every day, you need to kind of be making money every day.
Right.
Or if you're making money once in a while, then you need to kind of have something that covers the rest of the days where you're not making money. I feel like with events, it was really going downhill. Not downhill, but it was really becoming, there was a big change scene with social media. So it was just reduced, the income reduced. And people got older, and the older people get, the less they want to do certain things over and over again. Like we used to go out weekly. But now you might phone man and man's like, bro, we'll go out on this date in 2 months. So when you start thinking about them things, that was when I just thought, you know what, just switch up the career change. And I've done other things like consultancy and stuff, and it's been good. But I feel like, apart from this, the catering is something good. Really like the catering end of things. Get to meet a lot of people, get to speak to them. And yeah, it's very much scalable. This one's like an investment business. I used to bring in a lot more products, right? You understand? But I started realizing the value of what I was bringing is not necessarily gonna give me the results I want. So I started focusing on the things that have the values.
Right.
And yeah, things got better.
Right, so that's why you don't move certain products, isn't it?
Yeah, I move stuff that I might only have 30 products or 40 products, but 30 products, but those products are stuff that if I put it out there, they move every day. Someone somewhere wants it. If we go out now and we advertise what we have now, it's being bought. So I'll rather say, no, I don't have that one, but I've got this one, knowing that you want this one as well, and knowing that, cool, this one's gonna give me this money, and this one's something that I know that is gonna give me results.
Okay.
So that's good.
So did, during COVID-19, did that affect your business at all?
Nah, the business, the business was good in because we were essential workers. So shops were open.
Right.
But the only thing that did affect it is whatever stock you had that was not released yet was stuck. So when it was stuck, it wasn't, remember it comes in through the border, so it wasn't released for a long period of time.
Right.
So because it wasn't released for a long period of time, there's nothing you could do. But we had the other end of the work where we opened up our takeaways. So when I finished selling, I'd go to the takeaway, and the takeaway, there was no traffic on the road. It was just smooth, we're delivering.
Delivery times.
Like we were doing deliveries from Charlton to Northwest London. Because we were doing deliveries based on amount. So people were ordering £90, £80. Remember, they're all at home. So I never got, in the whole period, the most I took off work was a week when I wasn't feeling well. But apart from that, I was literally, I don't know what it's like to be at home. I didn't sit at home. So it was good, man. Not the itself, but before people start saying itself was not good, but the period for business in terms of food-wise was good.
Okay, so were you ever concerned about the competitiveness in this business?
Strategy. Everything is strategy.
You just have to be ahead.
You have to strategize.
Yeah.
I used to work 30, I told you I used to work 30 days, bam, 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 bam. And then I realized it's not just about working. I could work 20 days and make the same money as 30 days. It was my strategy that worked. And I was working with, sometimes now it's good. We have a niche where it's same day or next day delivery. So some people will call us and straight away we're ready to go and deliver to them. And they just, when we get there, they'll be like, they don't want to say it, but they're like, my brother, you're moving wicked, you know. What you're doing is different. You're bringing our stock the day of request, because when they see that they need it, they want it as quickly as possible. And you've got so many other people. So I might tell them £8. Someone else will tell them $7.80. But the person will tell them, I'll bring it for you on Monday. Yeah. You're buying £8 today, it's 20p more, but you're getting it today, innit? Like Amazon and them, they've got express delivery, innit? You want it today, pay me $2.99 extra. But that's basically what it is. I think it's just the speed, the service, the difference. I think they look at us differently as well. Like, I feel like some of the people look at me like, are you sure this is your business? Because sometimes you just come in and you just bop in, you do the job, and they're looking at you like, you're not like other people. Like even the invoice is straight PDF format, bam, send it. They're asking me, oh, where's your invoice? I said, oh, it's on your phone. They look like, all right. So I think that those little things where we take from other aspects of things and we implement this, that's what makes a difference for us. And it keeps us in business.
Okay, so what's life like as an entrepreneur? Like, run us through your schedule, like an ideal schedule.
It's a lot of thinking. As an entrepreneur, it's a lot of process. You gotta really process. Because one thing is, you're thinking about service, you're also thinking about delivering, you're also thinking about reordering, you're also thinking about family, you're also thinking about yourself. So as an entrepreneur, you gotta just divide up your what you want and know that, okay, this comes first and achieve this goal. You can't achieve everything every day. Like, you know, we would not go certain places unless there's a certain amount. We would rather wait for it to pile up. So before I would just do it in any way. But now, as an entrepreneur, I realized that the reason why I wanted to be an entrepreneur is so I could work business around me after certain years. Initially, as an entrepreneur, business works, you work for the business. Then after, it's like, you call me and be like, when are we working? I'll be like, we're working on this day. But what we achieve in those days, we might work 15 days in a month. But I'm active every day, but I've come to a realization that not because you go out every day means you're doing something. Sometimes you can sit down and do more than go without. Because what our job entails is, our job entails orders. As long as we've got the orders, if I get an order on Monday and I deliver on Tuesday, I will still send the invoice through on a Monday as a Monday order for them to calculate the profit margin. Why? Because we've already done that order on a Monday. And then we deliver on Tuesday, we might not receive the money until next Monday, but it's been delivered. And that's the most important thing for us. So as an entrepreneur, life is what you make it, man. You make it as hard as you want, you make it as easy as you want. I don't look for, when I first started, I used to think about so much big money. It comes with a lot of problems. So when you're thinking so much about money, you start giving yourself problems because you're not thinking about nothing else.
Right.
When you start thinking about strategy and outcome and goals and how to achieve them, you start realizing the money comes behind these things. Don't focus on the money, focus on how to strategize things. Like, cool, you got this today, I don't want to put this up, so I want to sell it as it's on the ground. So now, it might be here, and then in my head, I'm already thinking, okay, how do I strategize to sell this? I might just do this price because January is a month where people don't really want to spend. I might give them a little price off, but then I might bump up price on something else that they really want, so yeah.
What do you spend most of your time doing? Is it loading? Is it on the phone selling? Is it like back-end invoices and that? Like, where does your time go?
Selling and logistics. Selling is one thing, then delivering what's been ordered is another thing, and then payments is another thing. So those are the main aspects of the business. No matter how much stock you have, are you selling? And then what I also do is a lot of market research, what's in demand. I know what they need at the moment. So when I'm phoning people, they offer me certain things. I'm like, no, don't you have this? Because I've got this in it. I know what could sell all this. I might just not have it. So imagine I've got this and I know that I need to wait another 2 weeks to get another item. That's like, maybe if I had this is semolina and semovita. If I had this, 100 of each, 100 of these, yeah, I'll use that to sell this because I can call one person and they'll buy all this. So do you understand? It's like if I leave, it's like nah. Let me wait. And then you look at the dates. So this date, is 04. So I need to sell this by the end of the month because really they want to buy it with 3 months. But these ones are like December. I don't need to sell these for now. I can sell these in like March, April. But once I get this goes with that goes with this. So they go together. But the main thing I spend my time on, selling. Once you sold, you can sleep now. If I sold all my stock and I know that they ordered, then I can sleep. You can always chase people for money, but you can't chase for money if you haven't delivered. Sell and then chase. Marketing is good, but I feel like it's still selling. Just call them, man. That's what I spend most of my time on. I tell people, there's a bad spirit. I tell people there's one spirit, yeah, that makes you feel like you're doing too much in terms of you're trying to, let's say you are in business calling people, yeah? You feel like, oh yeah, I called this person last week and I didn't call and I'm calling them again this week. Let me tell you what I started comparing myself to. You know those people that send you Bible quotes every single day? Do you think they care about what you think? They don't care about what you think. What's their objective? They've sent the quote. They've sent that sermon, that motivation for the day. They've sent it to you in that morning, every single day. I started thinking like them. I'm gonna message as many times as I want. I'm not messaging you for a reply. I'm messaging you just so you know I'm doing my job. There's a difference. A lot of people don't do their job. Just keep on doing your job. I've got some people that they don't reply me, and I've got some people that reply me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You just focus on doing your job. Constantly send that message. Don't worry about who's not messaging you. Don't worry about who's messaging you back. Just constantly do your job. If you're meant to broadcast every single Monday, broadcast every single Monday and let them know what you have. Even if you have 2 items, send them the 2 items and then they'll do it. So that's another thing. I just wanted to throw that in there. Don't follow the spirit that tells you are doing, don't disturb people. Church members and mosque members, they don't think like that though. Think like them, but I'm telling you, but wallahi small be like, those people don't think about those things. They just think positive.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's where we are, man. But the aim for the year is make investments, man. I like what I do. I do like what I do. But I would like to also be able to say, you know what, I want to travel for 2 weeks. I can still do that because I know that once all I have to do is put the sales in place. I can do my business from anywhere in the world as long as I've got my lines. Do you understand? I can do my business, so I can send my broadcast. As long as I got Wi-Fi, they'll reply me. I'll send it to the group. These guys will sort it out.
Yeah,
the driver will come. They'll pick up. They'll go and deliver. I've got the invoice. I know that this. I'll deal with them with the money. Some of the cash they collect. I can do it anyway, but I would like to be able to do it in a way where I know for a fact, that I don't have to get involved. I think that's the point I want to get to. I want to get to the point where I want to come in and, what's going on? Oh yeah, this is done, that's done. That gives me time to go and put into other things. I feel like as you get older and as your kids get older, they need more. You understand? You can't be happy with what you're making 5 years ago, 5 years later. When a kid has gone from wanting just baby food to wanting full clothes for activities and things like that. So
and Xboxes
and
PS4s.
my kid want an Xbox.
Not your kids, but people's kids want Xbox.
Yeah, true. I don't even have a PlayStation, so I ain't buying nobody no games, bruv. They got Nintendo D, whatever that.
The Switch, they have a Switch.
That Switch stuff, innit? Yeah.
And a puppy or so.
Oh, bruv, I got a dog. Oh, bruv, it's a lot of work, bruv.
One life advice, one business advice from your perspective.
Life advice or business?
Yeah, one life advice, one business advice from your perspective.
What you sow is what you reap, basically. So if you reap hard work, that's what I'm learning from my Uncle Ish. Every single day, I can't even stress it. Because right now, what I'm saying is words. But if you can physically feel what I'm feeling, since I've met my Uncle Ish, my body's changed. I don't feel normal anymore. Like, I feel like I banged a 6-hour gym session every day. And I wake up at 9 and we close at the earliest, God willing, 6 o'clock. Some days 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'll teach them the hard way. So what about life advice then?
Life advice, it's still the same thing. It still applies. You have to, if you put hard work into your life, you will reap hard work out. And that's one thing, that I've been learning.
What about you, bro?
One life advice is look after your life. Like look after your look after yourself to have a good life. You understand? Like every day above ground is a great day. That's my life advice. You're alive, you wake up, look after yourself a bit. If it be 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 5-second jogs, whatever. Try and stay fit as much as possible. And then one business advice is always keep on going, man. Listen, you see L's. If they say who's taking L's, I've taken L's. But the man next to me that's taking L's, that's letting you know he's taking L's, he will look different from me. Because I see L's as a winner's dream.
Right.
A winner's dream is the L's because that's the only way he's going to learn how to get the W's. He's going to learn how to angle and navigate through things. And that's really what we're doing here this year, man. We're just focusing on the outcome, trying to do more, trying to get more. There's a lot of situations that always go on. You might have things like, for instance, in life, I might have investments that I'm waiting to come, but then I've got things to pay for right now. What do? I'm not going to call no one. I'm not going to write it online, someone please, can we do a crowdfunding? No, I have to sit down and actually map out how to do that thing, and maybe call the person and say, look, right now you're looking for 50 grand. What I can try and do is maybe give you 20. And then as my things come, we pattern up something. And the person has to be kind of understanding. So in life, it's kind of like, in business and life, it's kind of like just always be open and let people know. Not everyone's going to accept it, but just be open and let people know. And that's our plan for the year, man. Everyone, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for coming down. We got our next episode we're going to film. We're going to get back to the interviews and stuff. But I wanted us to do this one. And just, you know, my young protege, Tommy, to be on board as well. And yeah, that's what we've been doing, man. Literally what you see us doing now, bantering, where I'm talking to him, I'm talking to him like an adult. Like, I'm already talking to him about family. And he's like, Bob, I ain't got no family. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. The thing is, I'm trying to let you know all aspects. I'm telling you about other people's scenarios, other people's this. Don't be in a rush for certain things. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you've got certain things on ground. You don't want to be in a situation where you have something and you can't look after it. You got to put certain things in place. And that means you got to work from now. So if you're working from 21, if I started working at 21, I would be a lot further than I am now. I didn't start working at 21. So if you start working at 21, I aspire for you to start doing certain things before you're 30 that other people will see in the world and be like, wow, look at that guy. I remember when he was 21. Do you understand? Which is what we want to do, man. So everyone keep on going. God bless you. Look after yourself. Keep on doing good. Keep on checking out for your friends and their families. Make sure everyone's good. Make sure you phone people, spend time with them, love them. Even the one that annoys you, just sit with them and listen to them annoy you. Because why? That person you think annoys you, they see you as an anointment. That person you think annoys you, they see you as an anointment. And do you know what that means? For you to be an anointment in someone's life, that means they love you coming around and helping them make a difference through their difficult times. It's very difficult times right now for people with all this energy crisis, energy problems. It's true, you know, we say this, I like to speak reality. So everyone should help one another, try and do the best for one another. You know, if you have clothes, you don't need them, give them away. If you can give someone, if you can help someone top up their card, help them top up their card for their electricity, look after each other. God bless you, look after yourself. Until next time, 2-5 production, you know, Food Junkie Express. Make sure you check it out. Mr. Oshodi, Tommy's been on today, and we're out. Peace.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe the thing, innit? Share.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, comment on everything. And yeah, God bless. Thank you for all the subscribers, man. I really appreciate it. Really, really do, man. West tells me that you guys are there. We appreciate you guys. God bless you. God will enlarge your coast. Everything you set out to do shall be achieved for you. And never ever worry, man. You never ever worry about certain things, man. You can feed 500 people, and when you're about to eat the last meal, the one person will come and say you're a bad person. Don't worry about that one person. Focus on the 500 they're feeding.